What's good, YouTube? It's Aquarius Sabon ABB, and I'm back with another vlog video. Um, this is just a prediction. I'm not really going to watch next year's NFL. Obviously, I said I was done with the NFL. This is just my prediction. Um, Now, we all know that the Kansas City Chiefs won the Super Bowl. Uh, several days back. Um, Now, obviously, there's a 99% chance that they will not repeat as Super Bowl champions, and I have four reasons why. Number one, strength against schedule. What I mean by that is teams that do win the Super Bowl rarely gets back. I think the last team to repeat or three-peat was the Patriots. Why? Because the NFL felt comfortable and it was just a storyline about who can defeat the Patriots. They did it in 2002, 3, and 4. No, they did it in 2000, 2001, and 2003. And they haven't gotten back since 2007, where they lost to the Giants. And they haven't got back since 2011 again when they beat the Giants. I mean, when the Giants beat them. And they haven't got back since 2015, 16, I believe, when they beat the Seahawks. So what I mean by that is the NFL will find ways to make the NFL will try to make ways for the for the Chiefs not to repeat. Like they'll figure out, okay, which teams went to the playoffs last year. Like you can see, like for week one, the 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 Chiefs might face the Titans, or the Chiefs might face the Packers, or the Chiefs might face the 49ers week one. You know what I'm saying? So the NFL will try to find ways for the Kansas City Chiefs not to repeat. Now, obviously, they never like the one area that they struggled with was running the ball. And out of this, and their running game got going. Yeah, it was a little sluggish at first, but it picked up. You would think Raheem Morris would run wild over the Kansas City Chiefs defense. But at some point, they held them to a minimum 55, 65 yards on the ground. Like the impact that he had against Green Bay at the Super Bowl was a no-show. Debo Samuel was all over the place in the Super Bowl. Catching passes, making big plays. But, like I said again, the NFL will find ways, will try to find ways for the Chiefs not to repeat. The Chiefs will have the hardest schedule in the NFL, mark my words. The Chiefs will have the hardest schedule in the NFL. Their first five opponents are gonna be playoff contention opponents. Now, obviously, that's not automatically gonna guarantee every win, because it's a cycle. Every year the NFL, free agency, draft, cuts, trades, etc. I think free agency is coming up next month. March marks the first stage of free agency. So, you might not see a lot of guys, that was on that team. Williams might be on his way out. Watkins might be on his way out. Suggs might probably retire after this year. So, to keep that core together, I don't know, to give Patrick Mahomes all that money and not share it around. We've seen teams go like that, you know. Uh, but like I said, there's no team other than the Patriots that have repeated as champions. You know, and I don't think they got. I don't think the NFL trusts Kansas City Chiefs to repeat, even though they got Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes did not play well in that Super Bowl. Let's just face it. Jimmy Garoppolo and Patrick Mahomes did not play well in that Super Bowl. It was their defense. You know, Patrick Mahomes may not have. Patrick Mahomes didn't deserve MVP. I think the MVP should have gone to Williams because he basically carried that team on his back. Uh, Tyreek Hill. We all day talked about it. The fastest wide receiver, fastest wide receiver. You know how you kill speed? You stop it in its tracks. And that's what the 49ers did. They did a good job of not giving up the big plays. Even though they gave up two big plays, one to Sammy Watkins on the sideline and the other one on that third down. Because I think if the 49ers stopped the Chiefs on that play, they would have probably gone for it on fourth and down, knowing that, the 49ers would score if they had the ball in their hands. But, that's that. So look forward to the Chiefs schedule this coming season. Reason number two, the Chiefs will not win the Super Bowl is because they have Patrick Mahomes. Now, I understand that a lot of people might say, "Oh well, what are you talking about? Patrick Mahomes threw 50 touchdowns last year, and then the year before that, this year he threw 27 touchdowns." It's pressure to get back. If anybody knows about pressure, it's Tom Brady, Eli Manning, Big Ben, Drew Brees, Aaron Rodgers, Peyton Manning. They all suffered the same fate. You can't make everybody happy. The court that you had last year is not the court that you're gonna be in next year. Now, obviously, you know, Mahomes is still gonna have Tyreek, still gonna have Kelsey. You know what I'm saying? Still gonna have third strings and fourth and second string receivers. Even if Sammy Walker walks away, they can still draft a wide receiver, or or develop a wide receiver in the draft, or take one in free agency. Mark my words. But Patrick Mahomes is going to be the key. Patrick Mahomes is going to be the key with that last pick in the draft, because obviously the team that wins the Super Bowl has the last pick in the draft. The team that has the worst Super Bowl, the team that have the worst record picks first. The team with the worst record pick last. I mean, the team with the worst record pick first. The team with the best record pick last. But it's gonna fall down on his shoulders, to consistently be great. Now he might have a down year, you know. He may not have the year that he had last year. He might probably throw for like 27 touchdowns and 19 interceptions. You know what I'm saying? Or 20 interceptions. So he might double his interceptions last year, because last year he threw for 27 and then he had like what, 11, 12 interceptions. So this year he might have or he might have 28 touchdowns, or he might throw for 30 touchdowns and you know get picked 27 times, or get picked 20 times. It's always pressure on the quarterback to repeat. Ask Eli Manning. The year that they won the first Super Bowl the first time, it was hard to repeat because they had to keep everybody intact. They had to keep that same core intact. Obviously, you know, Michael Strahan retired, so obviously Justin Tuck and OC and those boys stepped up to be the next captain leaders. You know, so That's it. So, it's gonna be all on Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes is gonna be that driving force. Patrick Mahomes is gonna be that driving force that's gonna determine if the Chiefs win it or not. Because I don't think the defense can hold teams like they did last year, even though they did an okay job. But still, they gave up too much big plays. I mean, they were just like down. They were down double digits a lot in the playoffs. A lot of people thought, okay, yeah, Tennessee Titans are going to the playoffs. Yeah, uh, the Texans are going to the playoffs. Nah. Like, I think the 49ers had the most difficult road to go on because it's not easy to face Aaron Rodgers, even though Aaron Rodgers is not even 100% coming off that leg injury. He couldn't really do the things that he wanted to. Like I'm not making excuses. It's just the 49ers had a difficult road to get to, because the AFC is a cakewalk. Like in that division, in that whole entire conference, who do you really have to, like they already beat the bricks, off of the Patriots. The 49ers, I mean not the 49ers, the Ravens, they're up and down. The Steelers, they're up and down. Uh, you know, that one year everybody thought that the Jaguars had that great defense with what's his name, Jalen Ramsey. He left. He ditched. He went to L.A. Rams. So is that defense still elite? So you don't really have nobody in the AFC. You know, so I think the AFC is going to be a cakewalk. The NFC, on the other hand, is a whole different ball game. You still got the Giants that's trying to come back. You still got the Redskins, with them drafting Chase Young. You got the Eagles and their receivers coming back. You got Dallas with their new head coach. You got Redskins with their new head coach. You got the Falcons. So the NFC is more of a brutal way to go to the Super Bowl than the AFC. Like if the 49ers was in the AFC, they'll be going to the Super Bowl every fucking year. Every single year they've been going to the Super Bowl. Any NFC East, any NFC team. The Giants, like what if the Giants were in the same division as the Patriots? They would have been going to the Super Bowl every single year. But since two divisions are, two conferences are different, so like I said, it's going to be up to Patrick Mahomes to put the glue together again. I don't think they're going to be coming back from behind. This ain't the freaking. I hear people saying, oh, the Chiefs are the new Warriors. Like, dude, they were down 10-0 and 27-0. 24-0. Within that span, of course you can come back. That's like me playing Madden and I'm down 24-0, and you're not expecting me to put any points on the board. Of course I'm gonna put points on the board. You're not gonna blow me out. Obviously, technically, if we were playing Madden rules, 24, 21, whatever, if you haven't scored, it's a blowout. 21-0 is a blowout. You got 21 house, basically. But since we're not really playing by that rules, of course the Chiefs was gonna come back. You know what I'm saying? So the same thing with the Titans. The Titans scored what, 10, 17 points. They came back. Same thing in the Super Bowl. They were down. Actually, they were tied going into the half. 10-0, and then obviously they came back 10 points. They were down 10 points, came back 131-20, I believe. I forgot the score. I forgot what the score was. But yeah, it's gonna be on Patrick Mahomes. Reason number 3 why I think the The Chiefs will not repeat as champions just because of their defense. I think I'm just gonna keep it short on this defense. The defense is gonna allow a lot of points. If key guys go in free agency, because they're gonna want big money. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna want the Patrick Mahomes money, and we all know that the NFL do not sign big big defensive players big contracts. You know because what you can get defensively, what you can get defensively, you can get offensively. You know, NFL is all about points. Like nobody gives a shit about defenses no more. That's why you can never. That's why you can never have a consistent defense. You know what I'm saying? One year is one team, the other year is the next team. Like the last consistent defense that we had was the Legion of Boom, and look how that turned down. Look how that fell apart. That was the only consistent defense that we had. Like to have teams back to back, like to have one team, first in every category on defense, and then the next year you have a same team. You have you know what I'm saying, like you have a different team that lead the leagues in sacks, takeaways. You know what I'm saying? Same thing as the 49ers. Look at the 49ers defense. You think that they're gonna keep all that core intact? Possibly. But for how long? Because Bosa's going to be done with his rookie deal. Armstead is probably going to be done with his rookie deal. I'm saying like the 49ers have 4 first round draft picks on that defensive front. You know? So, and the Chiefs defense was getting torched. They was getting torched. So it's not like it's not like the Kansas City defense came alive, in that Super Bowl. I don't know how they done it. I don't know how they done it, but they somehow flipped the switch, like they always say. They flipped the switch, and they got the job done. They held Morstead under 65, 55 yards, however much yards, 70. I think he was like around the 70s. You know what I'm saying? But against the Packers, Morstead torched that defense running the ball. You know? So, I don't think they're gonna duplicate what they did last year. I think they're gonna have a lot of big plays. Teams are gonna throw on them. Teams are gonna run on them, and that's gonna put more pressure on Patrick Mahomes to be Superman again, which he's not gonna be able to because that's how the NFL works. NFL looks for one thing, and that's the C word, consistency. That's how they were able to trust the Patriots all those years because the Patriots was consistently good. Even though they were in a bad division, the Jets gave them problems. Every time Patriots go down Miami, they always have a hard time beating them down there. The Jets with their defense smothered Tom Brady yet again. Buffalo Bills with their defense. So the Chiefs' defense are gonna have a problem. They're gonna have a problem stopping running teams. They're gonna have a time. They're gonna have a tough time stopping the pass. And they're gonna be the worst defense in the NFL. That's just my belief. The Chiefs, they was not even in first, second, third, fourth, none of that. They were tied 27. They were tied 26. They were tied 25th, 21st, and everything in defense. Like they was not good at stopping nothing. And all of a sudden they come alive in the Super Bowl and held Mostert under 78 points. 78 rushing yards. But then again, you saw how Debo went ballistic in the air. So you can't pass on this team, like I said. You know, both quarterbacks played bad. Both quarterbacks did not play up into their potential. But the defense minimized that because there was not a lot of big plays. Because like I said, once you face a great defense, that minimizes your strengths. Like you can't really throw it on them like you did, Kansas City, or I mean not Kansas City. You can't throw on them like you do against the Texans or the Titans because they didn't really. The Titans or the Texans they didn't really have great defenses. Now they could get after the quarterback. Those two teams, yes, but on the air, through the air, they were terrible. So the Chiefs defense will be last in the league, giving up a lot of points. They'll probably give up like 148 points or something like that to opposing teams. So yeah, and last but not least, the fourth reason why the Kansas City Chiefs will not win the Super Bowl is because of coaching. I said it again. The only reason why the NFL gave the Chiefs the Super Bowl was because of Andy Reid in his history of, failing in the big moments. It wasn't because of Patrick Mahomes was great. If Andy Reid wasn't the head coach of this team, they would have lost it. They would have lost that Super Bowl. I'm telling you. If there was anybody that was if it was anybody else coaching that Kansas City Chiefs team besides Andy Reid, 49ers would have had their sixth ring right now. But since it was Andy Reid, and we all know his history, like what they was talking about leading up to the moment was Andy Reid. They didn't give two craps about their defenses, neither defenses. They didn't really care about Patrick Mahomes because we already know what Patrick Mahomes can do. They were talking about one man and one man only, and that was Andy Reid. The players. I was talking about how great Andy Reid was, preparation-wise, all this stuff. If Andy Reid did not win that Super Bowl, he would still be inducted into the Hall of Fame somehow, some way. Shout out to Rob Parker. But anyways, whether without a ring or with a ring, he would have still been a Hall of Famer. Now for Kyle Shanahan, he's still young. Now, I mean, obviously young in a coaching experience, he's still young. So the NFL didn't really want to give the trophy to him right away. You know what I'm saying? So they gave it to who? The most experienced, even though he been there as a coordinator, but he hasn't been there as a head coach. There's a big difference. He was just out there calling plays and stuff like that. So, and I do believe the 49ers will get back into the playoffs as well. I think they'll have somewhat of a slow start, the same way as the Chiefs do. But I'm guessing they're both going to be back in the playoffs. I don't see either of them in the Super Bowl. I don't see either of them in the Super Bowl, but they can get back to the playoffs because I'm pretty sure Richard Sherman might probably retire. I don't know if he's going to come back for another year. A lot of people are questioning Jimmy Garoppolo. Is he, the guy moving forward? A lot of people are questioning Mike Shanahan. Is he the guy moving forward? But anyways, Andy Reid is gonna have the worst head coach that has ever won a championship and to go 8-8. The Chiefs will go 8-8 next year. Mark my words, they will not get into the playoffs because they don't need teams to win out. They don't need teams to win. You know how it goes. So the Chiefs will not make it to the playoffs. Now that's a possibility they may, that's a possibility they not, but they're not going to make the playoffs. The 49ers will make the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? Because their division is not really that great. The NFC West. Outside of who? Outside of the LA Rams, the LA Rams. Who's in the NFC West? The LA Rams, the Cardinals, the Seahawks, and the 49ers. Just two teams that made that division. Just there were two teams that made the playoffs in that division. And that was the 49ers and the Seahawks. You know, like perfect example, look at the Rams. They had a perfect match. They had a perfect formula. Great defense, even though they only had one defensive tackle that was dominant. And look how the Patriots neutralized them. You know, they had this high-powered offense with Todd Gurley and what I'm saying, and whoever the receivers were. Look how they neutralized them. So the 49ers, I mean not the 49ers, the Chiefs will not make it back to the playoffs. They will go 8-8, or maybe they will make it to the playoffs and probably get. You know what? Scratch that. They'll make the playoffs. They'll make the playoffs. They're too good not to make the playoffs. They'll make the playoffs, but they're gonna get bounced out the second round. I believe they will get past the wild card. Either way, like they'll probably win. Like they'll probably go 10-6, 11 or 11-5. Wild card. Uh, win that game, advance to the next, and probably get eliminated. Probably by the Texans or the Titans. Payback from last year, right? So those are my four reasons why. Uh, like I said, Anna Reid will go down as the worst head coach to win a Super Bowl and to lose it in the same year or the next year, I should say, because no teams have even repeated. Like it's easy to repeat, but you just need to discipline yourself sometimes. The reason why the Patriots were so successful at doing that was because they sacrificed a lot. They took a lot of pay cuts. Tom Brady was willing to take a lot of pay cuts for the team to, retool, and get back to the dance. Most teams just they just doing they're doing what the I hope to God that the Chiefs don't do that. The reason why Eli Manning and the Giants wasn't successful in those two Super Bowl reruns was because they focused on one person only, as Eli Manning. They didn't share the wealth. They did not pay everybody equally. Nobody took pay cuts. Everybody wanted to be the man. And the only person that was the man was Eli Manning because Eli Manning was a quarterback. So, same thing for the Saints. You know, like as explosive the Saints offense and defense was clicking on the right moments, they all focused on one person and one person only, and that was the quarterback. Same thing for Aaron Rodgers when he won his championship. You know, so like the idea, like the meaning of repeating is winning one Super Bowl and then going back and winning it again. Not winning it and then waiting 2 years or 3 years or 4 years and get back and to win it again. Because that's what the Giants did. They won it in '08 and they won it in 2012. So it took them 3 years when they won their first championship. It took them 3 years to get back to it again. And after that, they've never been back since. The Redskins haven't been to the Super Bowl since 1998. So there's a lot of teams that haven't really won the Super Bowl, that haven't been back to the Super Bowl. So uh, it's going to be really intriguing. Don't even get me started on the Browns. The Browns are a circus act. They're not going to go nowhere. Like they can hire new head coaches, if they can fire new GMs, it doesn't really matter. You know, like when you're in a fucked up organization, you're in a fucked up organization. There's nothing you can do. You know, like he can try, the new GM, the new head coach, they can try to, mish mash and be on that same level, but it's not gonna happen. Because there's too many egos. There's too many egos in one room. You got Odell, you got Landry, you got Baker, you got you got the defensive end. I forgot his name. You got him. You just got too many hotheads in one room. That's not gonna work. What the Browns should do is they should trade. I'm I'm just going by what I think. In order for the Browns to make the playoffs for the first time in franchise history, not really franchise history, they haven't been back to the playoffs. They haven't been to the playoffs since 2007 or 2009. One of those 2 years, they haven't been to the playoffs. They haven't won a Super Bowl since 1963. Okay. So, in order for the Browns to make it to the playoffs, they're going to have to move a lot of pieces around. They're going to have to either trade Odell or trade Landry. Like they're going to have some quality veterans in that team. Players that knows how to win, knows how to get the job done, no distractions, etc. So, yeah, that's just the four reasons why I think the Chiefs will not repeat. If you like my channel, hit that like button. All right, subscribe to my channel and comment on what you thought about my little soliloquy. What do you think your NFL team should do or will do? However, I quit football, so I don't really have a team no more. I told y'all guys a story about that before. I basically, sold all my Giants gear. I'm sick of the Giants. I'll probably make a video of the Giants again tomorrow. Tomorrow, I'm going to make two videos. Tomorrow, I'm going to make one about the Giants, and I'm going to be talking about I'm going to be talking about zodiac signs tomorrow. I've listed all of them. I've listed, bad traits and good traits. I listed, the year, the days, the dates, and the months. So tomorrow, like around, what time is it? Like around 4:30. I'll probably go, you know, I'll probably go not live because I don't really have that much subscribers. Only got four. So you would need like 100K subscribers to go online, to go on live. So yeah, and I'll probably do a Q&A video as well. I'll probably do a Q&A video as well. You know, so yeah. Uh, yeah, that's probably it. All right. Like I said, comment on what you thought about the video. Like, subscribe to my channel. Till next time, take care of yourself and each other.